Attention, Mountaineer family. The commencement ceremony is about to begin. At this time, please locate the nearest emergency exit. Please silence your cell phones, tablets, and electronic devices and turn your attention to the outstanding students who are the focus of this day. This is their moment to shine, so please give them and their many accomplishments your full attention. Now, let's get ready to welcome our graduates.
Today, we honor West Virginia University's 2019 May graduates, 149 years after Marmaduke H. Dent became the university's first graduate and alumnus. Please welcome West Virginia University's John Chambers College of Business and Economics candidates for graduation. Student marshals carrying the degree banners today are PhD in Business Administration, Rika Sanigan. Master of Business Administration, Brady Michael Kuritz. Master of Professional Accountancy, Master of Accountancy, John White Woods. Master of Science in Finance, Michael J. Burdett. Master of Science in Industrial Relations, Dalton Wayne Hedrick. Bachelor of Science in Economics, Elizabeth Helen Blemmings. Bachelor of Business Administration Accounting, Avery Stewart Gunter. Bachelor of Business Administration, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Alex James Fisher. Bachelor of Business Administration Finance, Jian Yao. Bachelor of Business Administration General Business, Micah Ruth Gibbons. Bachelor of Business Administration, Global Supply Chain Management, Christian James Delesk. And Bachelor of Business Administration, Hospitality, and Tourism Management, Carolyn Michelle Morris. Bachelor of Business Administration, Business Management, Taylor Joe Kiefer. Bachelor of Business Administration, Management Information Systems, Emily Brianne Matlock. And Bachelor of Business Administration, Marketing, Morgan Shea Branson. And now, please welcome members of the Platform Party. University Marshal Graham Peace, Associate Dean. Javier Reyes, Milan Pushkar, Dean of the Chambers College of Business and Economics. Karen Evans, Assistant Secretary, Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response, U.S. Department of Energy, and today's keynote speaker. Virginia Kleist, Associate Dean. Mark Gavin, Associate Provost. Jennifer Orlikoff, President, Potomac State College of WVU. Kenneth Flemings, Dean, WVU Honors College, and Interim Dean, Davis College of Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Design. Matthew Valenti, WVU Board of Governors member. Naomi Boyd, Chair, Finance Department. Joshua Hall, Chair, Economics Department. Abhishek Shrivastava, Chair, Management Department. Annie Q, Marketing Faculty Member. Grand Marshal Chad Proudfoot, carrying the University Mace. And West Virginia University Provost Joyce McConnell. At this time, would you all please rise for the singing of our national anthem?
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing for the singing of the Alma Mater.
Alma, our alma mater, the home of mountaineers, sing we of thy honor, everlasting through the years. Alma, our alma mater, we pledge in song to you. Hail, oh hail our alma mater, West Virginia U.
You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Javier Reyes, Milan Pushkar Dean of the John Chambers College of Business and Economics. On behalf of West Virginia University, President Gee, Provost McConnell, and the faculty and staff in the John Chambers College of Business and Economics, I am pleased to welcome you to the 2019 West Virginia University Commencement Ceremony. A special welcome to Karen Evans, Assistant Secretary of the Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response at the United States Department of Energy. Thank you all for being here tonight. I would also like to recognize Bill Nevin, Vice President for Communications for WVU Foundation, and the voice of the WVU Marching Band, who will be the ceremony announcer this evening and will be reading the name of our graduates. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, first and foremost, congratulations to our graduates. Your hard work, commitment, perseverance, dedication, focus, and determination has allowed you to arrive here at this moment. All your efforts have paid off. This is your day. Sit back a moment, look around, and I mean it, look around at your friends, family, and loved ones. Nobody looked around. Then take a deep breath and appreciate this moment. This is the first of many milestones that await you in your lifetime as a college graduate. And it is a memory that you will cherish for the rest of your life. As you contemplate and absorb this moment in your life, remember that the mission of the Chambers College states that we are committed to educating and transforming our students, our state, and our world toward greater prosperity. Our vision is that we do this by empowering interdisciplinary solutions, and we dedicate ourselves to innovation, excellence, and ethics. As a graduate of the Chambers College, you should continue to live by this mission and this vision. Go out into the world and transform it for the better. Strive for having a positive impact and a purposeful impact in everything you do. But always remember that your approach should be collaborative, innovative, interdisciplinary, and solutions-oriented. You need to have a startup mindset. Remain curious and continue to learn every day, just like you did in the Chambers College, where you engage with your education every day throughout your degree. And just as you do here, do so in your next chapter for your life. Engage with your mission, your vision, your partners, your leaders, your community, your family, and continue to learn through application and by doing. Always remember that you are accountable for your performance, your actions, your future, and always, always appreciate those that have helped you get to where you are and that will help you as you continue to climb and succeed. Yes, we don't have dragons like some people do in Game of Thrones to solve our problems. We don't have infinity stones that when we can do that, we can shape our world. And many of us don't have the ability that many of you have to build a fortress, put your campfire, set a launch pad, and then get yourself out of trouble in Fortnite. Yes, I watch Game of Thrones. Yes, I've watched all 22 movies of the Marvel. And yes, I play Fortnite. So when you see Dr. Economics out there in the Fortnite world, be kind to him. He does not have your skills. But the reality is that our world presents challenges that require courage, creativity, determination, partnership, and vision. You have these skills. You also have the courage required to take on these challenges and transform them into opportunities for prosperity. We are confident that you, our graduates, will challenge convention and transform our world for the better. You will set audacious goals. You will dream the big dream, and you will meet your dreams. You will be courageous, and you will be bold. How do I know that? I know because you are mountaineers, and mountaineers go first. So before we begin our program and all of you get to walk this beautiful stage, shake hands, get your diploma, and take that wonderful picture and hear your name from the crowd, I want to recognize a few individuals. The College of Business and Economics banner was carried by Kendra Lee Lovan. Kendra is a famous, and where's Kendra, by the way? Raise your hand. There you are. I do this because as I read, you will see that she has many accolades, and you will want to clap every time, so I prefer to do it at the beginning. But Kendra is a finance major, graduating summa cum laude with minors in political science and law and legal studies. She's the daughter of Dr. John and Krista Lovan of Morgantown and has 3 sisters, Carly, Casey, and Kara. Kendra is a Presidential Honors College Scholar, a member of the Order of Omega, Beta Gamma Sigma International Honoree, and a former president of Chi Omega Sorority. She's also the Vice President of Recruitment for West Virginia University Pan-Hellenic Association. She's the recipient of a Promise and Mountaineer Scholarships and worked as teaching assistant and office assistant in the Chambers College of Business and Economics. Finally, Kendra was the 2018 West Virginia University Homecoming Queen. Following graduation, she will attend WVU College of Law while pursuing his master's in business administration, which tells you that she'll be here in 2 years again walking, and then in 2 more later on. So she will have 3 degrees at that time. So congratulations, Kendra. Next, I would like to acknowledge people that I consider to be the most important people when it comes to today's accomplishment, because nobody would be able to do it if we didn't have the faculty and the staff of the Chambers College of Business and Economics. The connections they make with each and one of these students is special, and it's really what allows some of our students to achieve the success that they do. And I know that a lot of you would like to thank them. So faculty and staff of the Chambers College, please stand. Alumni are critical to the success of every university and college. Alumni support can include providing internships, mentoring students, financial contributions, just to name a few. I would like to have all WVU alumni that are with us this evening to stand and be recognized. Come on, don't be shy. Come on. All WVU alumni. We would also like to recognize graduates, faculty, and staff who have served this nation with valor and sacrifice, and thank them for the dedication and commitment that they and their families have given. The red, white, and blue cords that some of the students wear today are a tribute to their selflessness and honorable service to our country. If everyone who has served would please stand. Thank you for your service. Finally, we would like to recognize the support of parents and family, but to be honest, especially mothers. Please accept this commencement ceremony and the memories that it will create as a special Mother's Day gift from WVU to all our mothers in the audience. honored to welcome one of our own, our esteemed alumna, to address our graduates tonight and share her wisdom and experience as they enter the world as college graduates. A devoted mountaineer, Karen Evans is a graduate of our MBA program and also a graduate of the Benjamin M. Statler College of Engineering and Mineral Resources. Her tremendous work and ethic and robust knowledge of cybersecurity led her to be named as the Assistant Secretary for the Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response in the U.S. Department of Energy. She was confirmed by U.S. Senate in 2018 as the National Director of the U.S. Cyber Challenge, a public-private program designed to help address the skills gap in the cybersecurity field. She was previously a top official at the Office of Management and Budget under President George W. Bush, and also served as the Department of Energy's Chief Information Officer. She's truly an accomplished mountaineer, but I can tell you that she has helped us tremendously in this university in the past 2 years. Very few people would know that the cybersecurity programs that this college launched, in partnership also with the College of Engineering, just a year and a half ago, is because of what Karen Evans did 2.5 years ago when she challenged us to say, you need to step up and start working on cybersecurity. So please help me welcome Secretary Evans to the stage.
Okay. I want to thank Dean Reyes for that introduction, and to thank you, President Gee and Provost McConnell, for inviting me today to speak. Graduates, faculty, family, friends, alumni, and guests, greetings and welcome to you all. I am so pleased to be here today with you at our great university. On behalf of our president and the Department of Energy Secretary Rick Perry, I bring you their very best wishes today and their personal congratulations for your achievements. I applaud you as well for your grit, determination, and drive that has served you well and brought you to this day. Grit, determination, and drive, aren't those the exact qualities of a West Virginia University mountaineer? We're all determined and a gritty bunch who have a strong work ethic and loyalty, and with a willingness to roll up our sleeves to get the job done and achieve results. As you've heard, I've also graduated from WVU. I am a West Virginian at heart, and I still live here within the state. My husband is a graduate, and my children also attended the university, which tells you a lot about my family history and how proud I am of our fine institution. All you have to do is look around the grounds to see the fingerprints of that proud mountaineer ethic at every turn. This world-class business school, for example, was named after one of West Virginia's native sons. John Chambers grew up southwest of here in Kanawha City, West Virginia. He struggled with dyslexia as a child and ultimately overcame it. Today, he is CEO Emeriti of Cisco Systems, following a long and very successful career in the tech industry. Mr. Chambers graduated from WVU with a business and law degree, which he used to launch out on a day probably very much like today, and carved himself an amazing career. He wrote a bestseller called Connecting the Dots, which is used here at the university, which I'm sure many of you have read in your business courses. That's quite a legacy. Another West Virginia native is Bob Reynolds from Clarksburg. He's a 1974 graduate of the West Virginia University College of Business and Economics, who went on to head up 3 multinational companies. Bob Reynolds provided $10 million for the new WVU College of Business and Economics that will grace the Morgantown's handsome waterfront. I know these men. Both of them obviously love this university and credit much of their success to their years here as WVU Mountaineer. It's not an uncommon story, and I can't tell you how many successful businessmen and women I have met as leaders in business, government, and industry, and they got their start here. Look up the number of Rhodes Scholars that have come out of WVU, or the number of PhDs that we have produced. There's probably not another public institution of higher education in the nation with more. Our R1 Carnegie classification ranking means your school is one of the top research institutions in the nation, that based on part of the number of doctoral degrees it awards, as well as the amount of federal research funding it receives each year. This university is also on the forefront of a statewide initiative called West Virginia Forward, which aims to reinvent this logging and coal mining state into the hub for business and tech startups, positioning itself as a significant player in the new digital economy. It's an exciting new chapter for the state, and WVU lies at the heart of it. So graduates of class of 2019, embrace your legacy. You follow in the footsteps of many, many outstanding alumni, scholars, and leaders who are making an impact literally around the globe. This grand university, founded 150 years ago as a land-grant institute after the end of the Civil War, has laid a foundation of success for too many amazing careers, accomplishments, and legacies to recount. I am abashably proud of the fact that I am part of this family, and I am blessed and grateful beyond words for my time at WVU. This place prepared me for my journey, and it has been a wonderful adventure. Back in 1978, yes, 1978, okay, just kind of let that set in there. When I was still here at WVU, I began my career as a GS2 with the National Park Service, working my way up the ranks to the Senior Executive Service as the Chief Information Officer for the Department of Energy. I managed its information technology program. Then in 2003, I received a presidential appointment as the Administrator for eGov and Information Technology at the Office of Management and Budget within the Executive Office of the President, overseeing the nation's IT programs and cybersecurity programs. That position is now called the Chief Information Officer of the federal government. Throughout my career, this girl from West Virginia has served in many roles in many agencies, including the Department of Justice, where my team got a good taste of our new cyber reality when resolving one of the first major hacking incidences for a federal agency, and that was in 1996, so that's how far back it goes. I've been fortunate and perhaps even lucky to have been given some great opportunities with progressively higher stakes and responsibilities. Grit, determination, and drive. That mountaineer spirit is real. I wasn't afraid of a hard day's work, and I had the eagerness and the capacity to learn. Through this university and the influence of many fine professors and mentors, I received some priceless gifts. They are knowledge, discipline, and technical skill set that opened doors and translated across many agencies and job descriptions. It is what this university is about. It is why I believe in you, class of 2019. Leave here not merely with a world-class education, posturing you for success for whatever field you enter, but like me and so many others, you are armed with a sense of destiny, a determination that anything is possible, and that's your legacy. As Assistant Secretary of CSER, which stands for Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response, it is my job to advance the Department of Energy's efforts to protect our nation's energy grid and infrastructure against disruptions and potentially catastrophic events. That involves a range of physical threats like extreme weather, natural disasters, and increasingly potentially devastating cyber threats. It often feels like an overwhelming proposition. Securing a resilient power grid is just not reducing damages after a catastrophic event, but also speeding our recovery from them. With a new world of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, microgrids, electric vehicles, and the ongoing threats from nation states, as outlined in the Director of National Intelligence Worldwide Threat Assessment, and even the threat of a nuclear electromagnetic pulse, I have many sleepless nights pondering pretty scary scenarios. But it's a lot more than power grids and gas pipelines. A big part of the equation in securing a deeply interwoven, often aging and outdated energy infrastructure is the cyber workforce development, or the cyber professionals who do the safeguarding. And Congress and the White House have established it as a top priority. A new executive order from the White House was just issued on May 2nd, directing the federal government to create organizational and technology tools to further strengthen and grow the American cybersecurity workforce. This administration recognizes, and I quote, "The American cybersecurity workforce is a strategic asset that protects the American people, the homeland, and the American way of life." That's a powerful statement. The order also acknowledges that our nation presently has a severe shortfall of these highly skilled cybersecurity professionals needed to identify, manage, and solve these threats. For those of us at DOE, and in particular my office, CSER, the executive order's direction will leverage many of the initiatives we were already working on to address this urgent need. West Virginia University is positioning itself at the forefront of this new frontier as well, not only here at the John Chambers College of Business and Economics, but within West Virginia's new master's degree program in the Business Cybersecurity Management. It couldn't be a more timely course of study. The job outlook in this field is robust, and I assure you the need is urgent. And I know from personal experience how badly we need young professionals with business, technology, and cyber skills to serve and excel in these ever-evolving domains. We live in a new world now with tremendous challenges and even greater opportunities. And each of you, graduates of any of the 16 degree programs offered here at WVU, stand at that threshold. With a degree from WVU in your hand, you are prepared for whatever opportunities come your way anywhere in the world that you want to go. Today, as you launch out on your grand adventure, I want to leave you with this. Never forget that we are mountaineers. You truly have a world-class education at your disposal. But I believe you carry from this beautiful campus what so many who have come before you have discovered: the grit, determination, and drive to succeed in making this world a better place. Congratulations, Mountaineers. I wish you the best.
Thank you, Secretary Evans. Ladies and gentlemen, please now enjoy a performance of Simple Gifts.
Just
Thank you, Secretary Evans. That's a phenomenal speech, and thank you for inspiring these graduates into the future. So, are you all ready? Better be. So, I will now present the students who fulfilled the requirements for graduation from the John Chambers College of Business and Economics at West Virginia University. I invite Provost McConnell to join me to congratulate the graduates. Here we go.
We now present the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, led by Professor Jane Ruseski. Rika Sadigan. Erlina Papacroni. Jingru Li. Joshua Christopher Maddie. Julia Chickish. Quinling Liu. Tanning Wong. Brady Michael Cruz. Abdullah Abdullah. We now present the candidates for the Master of Business Administration, led by Professor Jack Dormany. Ethan Bryce Ball. Joshua Scott Barnett. Kyle Austin Bird. Austin Tyler Carpenter. Donald Chan. Matthew James Coleman. Madison Haley Comer. Nick Glunt. Erica Davey. Kristen Graves. Quan Duong. London Mercedes Hazuka. Alexis McCoy Jones. Connor Wesley Jones. Morgan Ray Goff. Trevor Jeffrey Keese. Jared Wayne Linton. Tanner Wyatt McAllister. Brittany Rose Minor. Bradley Smoke. Julie Sorgi. Abigail Lee Stafford. Joseph D. Taylor. Calvin Wayne Thomas, Jr. Cody H. Walker. Caroline Elizabeth Wiley. We now present the candidates for the Master of Accountancy, led by Professor Kip Holderness. John With Woods. Jennifer Apesos. Saud Bakather. Caitlin Michelle Brigham. Ryan Patrick Brown. Zachary Thomas Fisher. Alexandria Lynn Gorell. Tori Ann Grail. Dylan James Hall. Ronnie Lusk. Elijah Tennille Martin. Joshua David Martinez. Dylan James Paluzzi. Mario Anthony Peroni. Samantha Ryheld. Jessica Shea Thevenin. Courtney Page Wilt. Erin Gabrielle Wolf. We now present the candidates for the Master of Science in Finance, led by Professor Gulnara Zainetdinova. Michael Burdett. Ian Collins. Yi Guo. Joseph Haba. Peyton Raybuck Hughes. John Kokitis. Ivan Zawacho. Bruno Souza. We now present the candidates for the Master of Science in Industrial Relations, led by Professor Thomas Zini, putting today Professor William Hutchison. Dalton Wayne Hedrick. Leah Page Adams. Alex Basinger. Alexia Lane Biafor Burge. Brianna Jo Johnson. April Lynn Kiesling. Krista Lynn Masters. Alexandria Rose Mazza. Garrett Devin Brown. Christian Diaz. Chad Joseph Costin. Erica Orlikoff. Patrick Benjamin Reed. Ronnie Lee Retton III. Ashley Brianna Sams. Emily Elizabeth Stiles. Julie Ann Stahl. Desandria Tarver. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Economics, led by Professor Feng Yao. Sarah Gray Blair. Keith Cloutier. Joshua Donvito. Anderson Bright Edom. Luke Headley. Michael Lorenzo Pasquarillo. Tristan Nichols. Morgan Elizabeth Wilkes. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an accounting major, led by Professor Nancy Lynch. Avery Stewart Gunter. Khalil Ibrahim El Rayami. Basil Saad Al Saab. William Michael Ante. Matthew Daniel Benyard. Mara Beeger. Lane Blassingham. Caitlin Michelle Brand. Matthew Broder. Ashley Nicole Bruner. Bradley Kettlematari. Kelby Wyatt Kaysen. Adriana Marie Clarkson. David Robert Corum. Jordan Alexander Covelli. Jenna Renee Correll. Michael Alexander Buckler. Stephen Manuel Coy. Dylan Thomas Patrick Clark. Kevin Clements. Madison Catherine Craig. Alexandra Marie Davidson. Alex Michael DeMary. Jason David Dietrich Jr. Courtney Page Devine. Joseph William Doyle. Dylan Austin Edwards. Joey Michael Espejo. Brendan Ferns. Julia Gabriel. Austin Richard Gillenwater. Kyle Gressick. Sean Griswold. Lucas Patrick Hahey. Adam Hunter Hoffmeister. Chase Decatur Heck. Michael Heidenreich. Jordan Michaela Hess. Rachel Danielle Heinzman. Samantha Honings. Michelle Lynn Hogel. Lance Jeffrey Hudnall. Matthew Michael Hartman. Mason Hupp. Alexander Michael Jardinet. Catherine Elizabeth Keaton. Justin Tyler Kissling. Porter Alexander Nolinger. Zachary Coop. Cameron Drew Lancaster. Lana Latif. Altorian Marcus Lockwood. Jordan Timothy Charles McCullough. Lindsay Taylor McCoy. Christine McIntyre. Austin Barnett McVeigh. Tara Lynn Meek. Orion Matheny. Maria Frances Miller. Madeline Rosemary Nanners. Shannon Justine O'Leary. Plopalan Onshirichai. Tanner Black Pachavis. Brian Patrick Page. Lewis Park. Alexandria Marie Hall. Bailey Madison Pelicano. Maria Krista Pollack. James Oliver Prescorn Jr. Brian Rosenkrantz. Curtis Russell. Jeffrey Allen Seams Jr. John Donovan Sugars. Skylar Simcox. Nicholas John Smith. Ryan Eric Snodgrass. Don Juan Staples III. Danielle Lee Steed. Brian Allen Stevens. Jordan Thevenin. Kylie Thomas. Evan Brian Thompson. Nicholas Graydon Tice. Josette Elena Visi, Anthony Garrett Vogelback, Samuel James Volpatti, Ellen Elizabeth Weaver, William Aaron Whitlock, Mackenzie Alexandra Yater, we now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an Entrepreneurship and Innovation major led by Professor Ryan Angus. Alex J. Fisher, Mansour Hamid Abul, Brock Braidwood, Logan Benjamin Broadbent, Jeffrey Paul Curry, Hunter James Harris, Austin Patrick Klenotis, Zachary T. Lawrence, Austin Shepard Petrucci, Matthew Nicholas Russell. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a finance major led by Professor Frank DeGeorge. Jian Yao, Zhao Rui Lu, Ryan Egner, Philip Ahern, Daniel Abroskowitz, Keenan Batten, Andrew Robert Boyles, Jacob Tyler Brewer, Madison Hanley Burns, Robert Clarence Buttermore, Anthony John Chiafalo, James Culpepper, Kendra Lee Lobben, Ashley Dawn Dalton, Andrew Logan Disk, Jonah Fennerty, Kirsten Elizabeth Gabbett, Bailey Gordon, Shania Gordon, John R. Groh, Daniel Greisman, Matthew Paul Francis Quetzy, Megan Lindsay Hagberg, Nicholas Parker Hall, Eric Anthony Garst, Matthew Joseph Brasser, Robert Harper, Wesley Ryan Harrison, Michael Charles Hoffman, Luke Connor Hogan, Seth Austin Hubbard, Elizabeth Helen Blemmings, Jake Rayburn Ironfield, Nicholas Scott Komorowski, Mariah Nicole Kozak, Austin Jordan Labar, Jacob Ryan Lafferty, Ross Langford, Jesse Shane Luzy, Matthew John Clark, Jonathan Charles Moyer, Nick Mazer, Patrick Daniel McDonough, Adam David McMahon, Liam Thomas McNeil, Adam Miller, Alex Chandler Minnick, Casey Mauder, Megan Elizabeth Muno, Garrett Lewis Nagy, Carl Nan, Tyler Scott Orr, Joshua Palmer, Brett William Kenneth Thomas, Ariel Peralta, Juan Perez Costa, Olivia Nicole Pisani, Kirkland Ray Price, Zachary Ray, Brett Tyler Reel, Griffin Alexander Robinette, Joshua H. Rothenberg, Roby Shrewsbury III, George Stakus, Benjamin William Stover, Casey Aaron Summers, Francis Joseph Riley II, Jake Thomas, Samuel Romano Trapazzano, Patrick Thomas Vopel, Benjamin Fenton Warner Jr., Scott Vasilison, Aaron Winderbaum, Alexis Lee Wisniewski, Liam Wright, Mohammed Ahmad Al-Ghamdi, Hatun Ahmed Oljahani, Hashim Samir Filmblad, we now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a general business major led by Professor David Kale. Micah Ruth Gibbons, Albara Abdullah Al-Fafi, Wissam Al-Kaka, Chris Peter Artemiou, Natasha Jacqueline Atala, Joshua Michael Bain, Grant Benson, Akash Bardwaj, Dylan Matthew Blevins, Alex Michael Cheesebrew, Casimir Chutorik, Dominic Clark, Robert Justice Clemens, Jonathan Connell, Tristan Edward DeCibio, Kevin Charles Dolan, Hannah Ruth Grimsley, Jordan Huntley. Chase Michael Jepson. Kelvin Andrew Comiskey. Marissa Ann Martin. Rachel Maisie. John McCleary. Jacob Cowles McCrae. Chase Border Harler. Griffin Connor McNeely. Tony Marie Mungo. Michael Shakur Jean Myers. Ben Rashid Ngambwa. Alexander Owalabi. Keith Palmer. Jeremiah James Parsons. Dominic Piccini. Alexander Riley IV. Dylan Romine. Taylor Rose Rozzi. Molly K. Schuster. Benjamin Grant Solomon. Logan Michael Stanislausik. Matthew John Stepik IV. Michael Paul Tafatani. Kyle Ewan. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a Global Supply Chain Management major, led by Professor John Saldana. Christian James Delesk. Ahmad Alatweet. Matthew Andra. Julian Aspida. Jake David Bieber. Gage Butte. Daniel Thomas Bright. Caden Elijah Burris. Abdurrahman Diallo. Caden Kyle Ellingson. Jonathan David Fisher. Tyler Anthony Gigliotti. Samuel David Grabowski. Andrew Scott Gracie. J.D. Gregory. Hamilton Handling IV. Daniel Heideloff. Thomas Holzbauer. Rena Michael Kobolak. Kyle Kuntz. Holly Renee Leister. Alexander Carey Ludwig. Cameron McGill. Nicholas James Maroney. Daniel Quinton Martin. Elizabeth Lename McCormick. Michael Kelvin Kent Motter. Matthew Murphy. John Albert Novak. Skylar Morgan Page. McKenna Serinda Poling. Michael Thomas Rader. Kali Robert Ross. Brooke Ruth. Caitlin Rose Schrout. Trevor Ryan Shannon. Nicholas William Sarando. Ryan Michael Stewart. Jacob Sean Stepek. Clifton Robert Teeter. Amy Marie Toscano. Sean Van Dam. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a Hospitality and Tourism Management major, led by Professor Frank DeMarco. Caroline Morris. Samuel Abbott. Amanda Nicole Beer. Jordan Barnowski. Jess Bartholow. Megan Crown. Jenna Lee Doherty. Samuel Jacob Dunmeyer. Yanni Durham. Isabel Graves. Mary Hayes. Brianna Rochelle Nestor. Danielle Nicole Orsak. Laura Sarah Elizabeth Shortridge. Stephanie Strock. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a management major, led by Professor Suzanne Kitchen. Taylor Joe Kiefer. Jason Bailey. Samuel Stephen Barb. Ryan Austin Brandt. Henry R. Chaudrin III. Joseph Kiola. Brandon Conklin. Jacob Ryan Kropp. Shania Krotz. Christopher Benito D'Annunzio. Abigail Faye Dooch. Noah Joseph Fennerty. Michael Pierce Floyd. Allison Marie Fusey. Vince Mark Gaudio. Sydney Marie Gifford. Joshua Grenell. Sarah Catherine Hatfield. Mason Samuel Hedrick. Brandon Hepp. Jackson Hepner. Ian Edward Im. Jacob Jaquaz. Nicholas Brian Kopp. Joseph Marchetto. Haley Michelle Mardos. Andrea Brayer Marshall. Zachary Benjamin Moore. Brianna May Munoz. Maluanito. Megan Keene Norton. Brent Thomas Cooper Osborne. Jasmine Alexis Passwaters. Abigail Curran Patrick. Taylor Brianne Pegg. Taylor Marie Perzia. Caitlin Marie Pritz. Kylie Nicole Ramsey. Sebastian Eduardo Ribas. Alex James Riedel. Mark Alexander Roberts. Jesse William Schindel. Michael Shmulevich. Margaret Lane Shiflett. Hunter Shreves. Ashley Simmons. Marquise Jerome Swinton. Daniel Robert Triggs. Cayman Mitchell Ward. Mary Catherine West. Andrew Westbury. Zoe Wilkerson. Levi Andrew Wyatt. Amanda Grace Young. Varshan Suresh. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a Management Information Systems major, led by Professor Janet Frazier. Emily Brianne Matlock. Abdul Rahman Asiri. Morgan Danielle Black. Rachel Ann Buckton. Nicholas Burek. Skylar Leichter Canis. Ardrillian de la Vega. Andrew Joseph Eber. Paige Fackler. Carter Evan Fornwalt. Daniel Giampetro. Keegan Hazen. Paul Franklin Heflin. Kevin Lewis Kuhn. Joshua Alcook Lane. Howard Duane Lumen III. Matthew Oliver Lyons. Colton Asher McGee. Michael McKittrick. Justino Tyler Medeiros. John Mee. Jorge Emmanuel Morales Gordado. Samantha K. Parks. Vincent Pino. Brody Pell Price. Stephen Albert Pugh. Mackenzie Rose Polera. Matthew Philip Reamer. Jason Emmanuel Red. Jacob Reed. Jacob Lewis Russo. Justin John Snyder. Bo Tanner. Nathan Thompson. Drew Tomich. Timmer Eugen. Jonathan Stephen Vasquez. Haley Elena White. We now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a marketing major, led by Professor Jinchun Wong. Morgan Branson. Mackenzie Drew Albert. Mohammed Alanezi. Carson Jennings Allen. Mark William Almus. Grace Downing Bearford. Dana Bacor. George Joseph Bernhard. Lauren Grace Black. Jessica Margaret Blystone. Austin Bremerman. Michael Britton. Emily Eileen Broughton. Jordan Carlin. Tori Cassidy. Rachel DeFranco. Harrison Edward Duffy. Douglas Brian Ernest Jr. Daniel Ferreira. Eric Fredrickson. Elijah Jamal Freeman. Zachary Fries. Evan Basil Gill. Sloan Gannon. James Grant. Michael Haddad. Joshua Harkins. Trevor James Hartnett. Allison Margaret Helfer. Tina Brooklyn Inchelick. Emily Taylor Hogue. Alex King. Michaela Kirk. Mark Kokett. Joshua Commons, Jonathan Lawton, Joseph Luke Lee, Alex Leonard, Mia Nicole Maholko, Thomas Patrick Maiden IV, Kristen Elise Mangano, Joseph Fiore Massey, Raymond Michael Meyer Jr., Austin J. Michaels, Dalton Minnick, Tyler Stephen Pacheco, Lucas Timothy Panitz, Miriam Christina Peacock, Robert Dean Polson, Tyler Poole, McKaylee Robinson, Nicholas Rocky, Devin Rook, Timothy Rooney, Sarah Jean Rossman, Melissa Brooke Rush, Brianne Danielle Ryan, Vincent Anthony Scalise, Liam Shannon, Caroline Rose Smith, Katie Ann Schweitzer, Joseph Stephen Tarasic, Elizabeth Toth, Alexandra Velagal, Paige Elise Weinblum, Sarah Catherine Welsh, Heidi Williams, Amanda Zinsky, Provost McConnell, this concludes the presentation of the candidates for graduation.
I don't think it gets any better than that, do you? No, that is so awesome. People ask me when I stand up here, how can I congratulate and look every person in the eye and really mean it? The way I can mean it is you all are astounding, amazing. I'm so proud of you, and thank you for letting me be part of your ceremony. I'm delighted to be here today to celebrate you, our today's graduates, and of course, tomorrow's leaders. As graduates of the John Chambers College of Business and Economics, you were prepared to make our world move faster, think smarter, and adapt more rapidly. You will lead the next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs, help our world thrive in changing economies, and develop powerful solutions to financial challenges. Your clients and students don't know it yet, but they need you. Our world needs you. You have acquired theoretical knowledge and real-world experience that will set you apart and put you in demand with employers. You also have the focus, passion, and vision that will advance society. I cannot wait to see where your journeys take you and how your WVU education will help you change the world. And now, will the degree candidates from the John Chambers College of Business and Economics please rise? You have prepared for careers that will improve lives and enrich communities locally and globally. As you work to promote a brighter future for all of us, I urge you to maintain your commitment to excellence and your enthusiasm for learning, because passionate learners make passionate professionals. Dream big. Believe with all your heart that knowledge and hard work can turn dreams into destinies. Make your work an expression of love to a world in need, and make every day an opportunity to find your purpose and to learn. You are ambassadors for this great institution and for the life-changing power of education. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. As West Virginia's newest graduates, bachelors may move your tassels to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Congratulations, everyone.
Graduates, please remain standing. Floor marshals will release you in an orderly manner after the platform party exits the floor.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday, Lord, yesterday. Country roads take me home to the place